The underground star of the Apple Far Out event is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. It may not be the most popular, but it is undoubtedly the most impressive, especially when compared to the mediocre iPhone 14. We've examined it thoroughly to determine whether it's likely to be worth your excitement and, eventually, hard-earned cash. Now, let's begin our journey, but first, please give this video a big like. The iPhone 14 Pro Max will start at $1,099/£1,199/£1,899 Australian dollars, which is $100 less than expected. There will be no delay in getting your hands on the devices, with iPhone 14 pre-orders opening on launch day, September 7th, and the iPhone 14 Pro Max available from September 16th. As previously stated, the design of the iPhone 14 Pro Max will not differ significantly from that of the 13 Pro Max. However, if you're looking for something to fit that expensive case you bought for the 13 Pro Max, you're out of luck. While the dimensions are nearly identical, the camera bump at the back is significantly longer. The display on the iPhone 14 Pro Max has undergone a significant change. The notch has been replaced by a single long pill. Is it a single long pill? Nope, that's just software filling in the blanks for your eyes. Apple's iOS 16 is creating this pill and can use the screen in between to show small notification lights, which is a nice touch. It's called Dynamic Island, which got a laugh when it was announced, but will almost certainly become standard Apple jargon in no time. What's nice about this is that it morphs and moves depending on what you're doing. For example, when we played with it, you could start music and have the album art on top, have the timer sit next to the notch, or simply tap it to get to your playing music. It's a genuinely cool feature, and Apple has sprung a surprise by transforming an eyesore into something extremely useful when navigating the phone. It takes some getting used to if you've been fine with the notch for years, and even more so if you're coming from an Android phone with only one camera hole, but it seems to make more sense when it moves dynamically. We suspect that after a few days of use, you'll no longer notice the holes in the screen, but in our early testing of watching a movie or two, it seemed rather prominent since the screen wrapped around it, rather than the notch, which was only on one side. The screen on the iPhone 14 Pro Max has a rather cool new always-on display. We won't call it revolutionary because companies like Samsung have been providing this feature for years. We can't easily test the iPhone 14 Pro Max battery. Without running it through our standard battery tests, there's no way to know if it'll last as long as expected or compared to the iPhone 13 Pro Max. What was clear was that the jump from the 12 Pro to the 13 Pro was noticeably improved, and if the claims of improved A16 chip efficiency are true, that means the 14 Pro Max will be able to last even longer on battery, thanks to improved low power modes. The amount of information on the always-on display may make a difference here. You can show just the time, or have a full wallpaper and widgets that dull in and out when you turn on the phone. This may have an impact on the overall longevity of the power pack, but if the rumors of a larger pack inside, and the increased thickness of the 14 Pro Max over the 13 Pro Max certainly suggests that, are true, you may find an even longer time between charges. Aside from the notch changes, the biggest talking point in our opinion is the speed with which the iPhone 14 Pro Max can operate. To justify the higher price, Apple would want to ensure that the Pro models are the most powerful in the world, but it's clear that this is a step forward. Again, it's difficult to truly understand this phone's power without running benchmarks and, more importantly, actually using it. Still, we don't see many applications that would genuinely put this device to the test. Apple made a big deal on stage about the increased power of the iPhone 14 Pro lineup, even if, as rumored, it isn't quite the jump in silicon prowess that the iPhone 15 will provide, and on the other hand, it's hard to imagine many people ever slowing this phone down. The rumors of faster RAM appear to be true, with a strong ability to open and close apps, take photos, and handle heavy tasks with ease. What was especially noticeable was that every heavy app we opened, whether it was shooting 4K 60 frames per second video or quickly putting something together in GarageBand, saved and opened very quickly. A very good sign. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is the largest, boldest, and most impressive phone in Apple's new iPhone lineup, as well as the most expensive. The new Dynamic Island is a genuinely cool change that we think users will like and get used to quickly, though the pill shape may be inconvenient for some apps. The camera improvements are standard for the iPhone Pro Max lineup, but the low light performance and the new action mode could surprise us. On the one hand, it doesn't feel all that different from previous iPhones, but that doesn't seem to have been a problem for Apple fans in the past, but that doesn't stop us from thinking that the iPhone 15 needs to be a significant leap forward to keep the iPhone momentum going. This brings us to the end of the video for today. Now please leave your personal opinion in the comments section, subscribe for more content like this, and don't forget to like the video.